Hey there guys, so I wanted to go through what I've been working on here on the workbench lately. Surprise, surprise, it is another repeater, and this time I've been doing a few modifications to it. This is a 70 centimeter repeater. It's got an NHRC 3.1 controller. Let me know in the comments if you've used an NHRC controller before. Unfortunately, they don't produce these anymore. I got a bunch of boards from the US from the guys who made them. I've got a couple of spares left in stock. These are really good controllers. This is a 3.1 that I've got. It's got voice ident. It allows all sorts of different functions in it. It's a really, really good controller. I'm very happy that I've got this, but this doesn't have a link port on it. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to add AllstarLink to this repeater. So I've got the Raspberry Pi sitting over here. So what I did was I got the Toads DI board. So you can see that that's mounted underneath there. For those that are not familiar with the Toads DI board, this is one of them. Digital interface so that it links to AllstarLink. It's got a CM108 chip here on the front, USB-C here on the front as well. And then it's also got a header pins to go to daughter boards. And you can see here, this is just the Toads DI6 daughter board. And what I did was I ended up taking off the 6-pin DIN because I figured I could just wire directly into the top of the board, which I did just there. And that works really well. But again, this doesn't have a link port. So what I had to do is I had to just do a few modifications to make it work. So what happens is, this line here, which has got a little bit of a joint here, which I've got to make a little bit nicer, but that was just for testing. This is the mute line. So this comes off the initialization pin here on the 3.1 controller. So this is a post mute. So in the receiver, you've got your mute, and then you've got the CT-CSS board. Those are ANDed, ANDed together. So that you need both CT-CSS and mute for the receiver to open. And then I've got the output here, which goes into the board here, which tells it, hey, there is a signal. So that tells Allstar there's a signal. And then this purple line here is actually the PTT. Now, I've got the PTT going into the mute line of the controller as well, so that it knows when to, it doesn't have the tail and all of that extra carrier and stuff sent down the link as well. And then the audios are just paralleled up. They are buffered on the board so that it doesn't interfere with the receiver audio, and it works really well. It sounds really nice.
Circuits there and top and bottom trace layouts there as well. I think the only thing that's probably missing is the drill pattern.
If I do want to bypass the CT-CSS, that's really easy. The NHRC 3.1 has a digital output that I can turn on and off using DTMF, and then I can just wire that in here to disable the CT-CSS decoder, so that'll work. There's also underneath here, this is a NHRC Squelch board, one of these boards. Basically what this does is it's a smart squelch, so as a signal gets noisier and goes down into the noise, whilst you're mobile, then it follows it into the noise. It doesn't close the squelch. So you've got a better squelch mute action with one of these boards. So I've got a couple of these. These are similar to the MyCore squelch boards that you saw in the Motorola MyCore. So this is sort of a copy of one of those from W3KKC. You can still get these as well. These are really good. So I've got that in the receiver there. Been testing it just with the exciter. I've got to tune the PA. There is a mess here, but a mess is a sign of productivity, I think. This is an easy way using a Toads DI and a daughter board to add AllstarLink to your controller. It works a lot easier if you've got a linking controller. You could just literally just wire it straight up to the link port and away you go, but I didn't have that with this controller because I wanted voice ID. This controller also does voice ID. I think I didn't say that. So I just wanted to make sure I had that functionality. So if you want to get hold of a Toads DI or the daughter boards, I do have a few of these in stock for those who want to buy in Australia or New Zealand. If you want to buy in the US, then my mate Steve at Temporarily Offline, there is a link below in the description to both stores, so you can pick up one of those. If you want to add AllstarLink really easy to your repeater, if you you want to build just a standalone AllstarLink node, it's also really easy to do that with these boards too. I've done a couple of videos on that. I've done a couple of other videos on some of the other repeater builds that I've done. Those who watch the channel regularly would know that I am a big repeater builder. I just love putting it all together, making it all work. And if you use a repeater, just keep in mind, us repeater builders, we like to see them used. Use the repeater, get on there, call out, have some conversations. We just love to see them being used. So good stuff. Catch you in the next video.